My name is Emmanuel Prince Nibula, but people call me Emma Onyx. I'm a gospel artist. I'm from Imo State, finished from Ivozo Abuja. A child of God. I'm the last in my family, as in the last child in my family. I'm just the man pursuing the heart of God, running after the heart of God. I'm the writer of DebbyJazz play and other awesome and inspiring songs that God has given to us over the years. A multi-award winner by the grace of God. We've been doing what God wants us to do through the gospel music. That's just me, Emmanuel Nebula. We're called Emma Onyx.
Everyone, you're welcome to today's episode of Through Talk with DebbyJazz. This is a talk show where we discuss issues of life, things people are going through. They don't know who or where people to talk to, where to go to about it. We just discuss everything here on the talk show, and we've been getting good response because this talk show and the topics we've been raising have been a blessing. So just joining us. This is Through Talk with DebbyJazz. I know you've already met my guest, but before we bring him in, we want a quick break, and when we come back, I will be bringing you today's topic. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
You fought for me when some fight for the girl. Jesus, you know they use me play.
And now we'll just go straight to the topic of today, which is why worship. An interesting topic it is. A lot of people are going through a lot that they don't know their way out of it. You cry in the night, and in the morning you just come out feeling so cool and alright. A lot of people don't know what you're passing through, and you're asked to go and worship, and you ask why worship. We've come to tell you why worship is important in every situation you're passing. It's such an honor having you here.
Thank you. I feel privileged to be part of what you are doing.
Oh, thank you
very
much,
so much.
Thank you very much, sir. So we'll just go straight to our topic, which is why worship. But first of all, we would want a better definition of worship.
Okay, worship simply means expression of God's love. It means it's not just in the song you sing, it's not just in the life you live, it's the totality of you to God. That's what worship is. Your totality, your lifestyle, the way you do your things, the way you comport yourself, the totality of your life to a particular thing, to a particular person is what makes it a worship. So worship is your expression of God's love, expression, the totality of your life experience towards someone you have respect or you have reverence for. That is what worship means.
Thank you very much. Totality. I like that. Okay, we'll go straight to why do we need to worship? We're going through a situation that you just feel medically they've told you, man, this thing it's not just going to work out.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you even hear you're okay, there's nothing wrong with you, but it's not just producing fruits. And somebody is telling you to go and worship. Why do we need to worship?
Okay, one of the best way to reach God, one of the best tools to reach God is via your worship. And your worship is not just the song, like I said earlier, that you sing. It's not the praise you dance. Is the expression of your love to your God. Now, if our earthly father, if you are a father or your mother, you know what it means for your children to be appreciative of what you have done. That child that is that has this gratitude towards the little you've done for him or her, you have this special attention, you have a spot for that child. It's natural. How much more do you think our heavenly Father will pay attention or will react when you raise your voice, when he knows that there is no way I need you now? Now there are a lot of things that prayers, as good as prayer is, as fantastic as prayer and fasting can be, worship to God is one of the fastest tools to pastors has said your face. I don't know if they've written you off. I know a lot of people who have had the experiences of life. They are confused, don't know the word to do, the next thing to do, and they switch. Worship is a tool that no Christian, whether you're a believer, you're not a believer, you're trying to learn how to worship, is something that all of us must imbibe in our way of life to express our love to God. But what time we do that, of course, he will just stretch his hand to heal us, to do what you're asking for him to do for you. So it's one of the best tools. I'm yet to see another one that is better than worship. I'm yet to see another tool that is better than worship in how to reach God. So whatever you're passing through, whatever you are believing God to do, I've seen people who are believing God for the fruit of the womb.
Yes, sir.
And the doctor have written, they say, even though the womb is too hot, it can't contain a baby. Some don't even have a womb. And miraculously, God have answered them through worship. Recently, let me just share this testimony. Recently, on my Instagram page, someone, I don't even know the person, someone sent a message and tagged me as a particular woman. She didn't even know. So she was praying for the woman, but the woman has been married for years without baby, without any issue. Now she's been, going for medical intervention. Nothing has worked. The woman actually asked her, one of the ladies asked her to pray over the night. So she was praying. The woman sent her this song, They Use Me, Play by Me, and she used the song to worship over the night. The testimony, the one that even struck me, that the woman was even a Christian, but she needed help. But the only way she can get her miracle is by worshiping, and she worshipped throughout the night. And I was shocked when I heard that less than 2 weeks the woman conceived. So there are miracles. There are people who are at the verge of committing suicide. They probably saw a video of a song, or they had a song, and they were like, God touches them, and that particular situation is being averted for. A lot of things have happened. So I want to encourage you, whatever you do. I've seen people who are on the sickbed, the doctor have written them off. All they can do at that point is to just use their phone or use any of the gadget to listen to gospel music, and they are just worshiping. So whatever you do, any tools that can help you raise your hands up to your Father, please don't take that for granted. Go ahead. God is just by that worship, and the doors are going to be open for us.
Thank you very much for that. It's really touching. Now I know I can access the Father through worship, and I can also get anything I want
through worship.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. And that testimony is one amazing testimony, a mind-blowing testimony. All thanks to God. I also have mine, but I will not share it now. Maybe later I will share that.
Right.
With what is going on today, sir, in the world, a lot of things are going on. Like my pastor was even preaching in church yesterday, and he just said what we need now is draw closer to God. So do you think with worship we can no matter what it's going on, it will just fade away in the
what we're seeing that is happening in the world now, a lot of course we know the COVID-19, a lot of crises, killings everywhere, instability here and there, government policies not helping the citizens. God is aware of all this. But I want to tell us that in the place of worship, let me only say this, in times like this where things are not working well, there are people who are making their millions, who are living a comfortable life. The Bible said, when they say that they're casting down, it's good that we are going to be saying that they're lifting up. Now, if you place yourself in the place of where you don't see the problems of life, it's difficult, but you can achieve it. Where you don't see the challenges of life, where the economy, sometimes when we hear some pastors say we don't operate by the economy of the world, they are not just saying it because they feel like saying it. That is the truth. By the time you understand the place, your relationship with God, knowing that you have a Father that when you raise your hand to worship Him, like I said, worship is not just a song you sing. Your worship is your totality, giving it back to Him. Say, Father, this is me. Take it back. You understand? It's your totality of your life, it's your expression of your love to your Father. You don't complain when people are complaining. It's your worship. You don't say the negative thing when people are saying it. It's your worship to your God, and you see those things beginning. You're raising an altar of positivity around yourself, and they have a way of playing themselves to your direction. Now, what is happening in the world is not. We are not surprised. They are meant to happen, except you're not a child of God. But God has already made a way of escape for us, and that is the place of worship. By the time you worship your Father, He knows how to do us well. He knows how to avert evil for us. He knows how to give up. When people say they don't have food to eat, we have abundance. We live in abundance. When they say that they don't have money to buy things, we live money. We don't chase money. Mostly chases it because we have come to the place where all we do is to worship our Father, whether it's good in good times or in bad times. So I think what I will advise anyone hearing the sound of our voices now is to find a place, open the next page, which is the worship which we are talking about. You've been on a particular page complaining here and there and all those things. Open, just flip up another page. Learn to worship your Father. Learn to surrender all you want to do, your life, your children, your family, your business. Say, Father, I give to you, and just hand it over to God. If you have tried this, the other one didn't work, why not try this one we're talking about, which is the worship, and see it's not going to work. If it's not going to work, you hold this, my sister, and say, you told us about worship, it didn't work. But I can assure you that I'm somebody who I've given my life to God as like, this is my life. It's meant to worship you, and I've seen God play out the good thing that what they have taught for us to me. I've seen it. So if I've been a witness, if I've experienced it, I'm talking from the point of experience that you can't worship God and remain the same. There's no way. Let me tell you, there's nothing ordinary in the kingdom. There's nothing like ordinary offering you pay. There's nothing like ordinary song you sing. Everything we do in the kingdom is with power. So there's no ordinary thing in this kingdom that will belong. So your worship is not ordinary. Your praise is not ordinary. They can move mountain. They can make the barren to conceive. They can give you the money you are looking for. If only you can be sincere towards your worship. It can take us out from this mess. I can assure you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You've been a blessing.
Thank you.
To me. When I say a blessing, sometimes my husband used to wonder why I like him so much. I would explain why so that he will know today. I remember when I was sick. Now before then, during my birthday, he prayed a prayer. Everybody was wishing me happy birthday, and he just came and dropped it like a bomb. And he said, happy birthday, you will not die. And I was wondering, how will he just come and say I will not die? Is it that he saw something? I did not tell my husband about it, but I was, and do you know, after my birthday, like I think October, I became sick that they had to transfer me from Kubwa General Hospital to Gwagwalada Specialist. And I was on oxygen. I took almost 27 oxygen. Now when I was in that hospital bed, I remember that prayers, you will not die. So that means God saw ahead and used you at that point to pass the message across to me. No matter what I was going through that period, I was not going to die, and I did not die. I survived it. That was the reason why I hold him in high esteem, and I know my husband.
I'm not sharing it for the first time.
So thank you very much, sir, for all you do for the kingdom. Thank you for being a blessing to us, our generations and generations and generations to come. We keep hearing of you. Thank you for honoring us today. We are so privileged. Thank you very much, sir. A final word now, sir, to everyone that feels they are going through a lot that they've talked to a lot of people. Sometimes talking to people, you don't get what you want to hear, because sometimes people use your situations to mock you. So those people now that are at the final stage, they are almost giving up. Some are already thinking of even committing suicide. A final word, sir. Okay,
I know the doctors have said a lot of things. I know the government policies are not working well. But I want to encourage you. See, the place of victory lies in your worship with God, lies in your relationship with God. Now, you need to surround yourself with people who can tell you what the Word of God is saying, not what their flesh and not what the doctors have said. I've seen a lot of doctors' reports, God writing them, giving you another report. I've seen it countless times. I've seen the ones who do just like what you said. I've seen people who said you will never have a baby. But without a womb, God has given them their miracle.
Yes,
I've seen people with no job, they don't even know where they're going to get the next food from. I know God has shown up. The point is this: whatever you are going through, know that you have a Father who is faithful. That if you say a thing, it must come to pass.
Yes, sir.
I sang the song that other carry their God when God carried. I don't use us play. Now you need to understand that you have a Father that is so mindful of you. I don't care what you're passing through. If you can worship, if you can say, Father, I don't have no one to run to but you, He will show up. I'm certain about it. That certainly He will show up in your case. In fact, I just sang the song I'm going to release very soon. Show up in my case. I don't care what the devil have said. I don't care what they've told you. If you can just draw closer to God. We said earlier, if you have been on this particular lane and it's not working, it's not moving, why not change? Change to the lane that is working and try God if God is not going to work. If God doesn't owe any man. If you say you're going to do this, He's going to do it. So please, I want to encourage you. I know sometimes, most times, things doesn't just work the way you want it, but know that once you give your life to Christ, once you stay in the place of prayer, stay in the place of worship, you draw closer to God. Especially when you worship God, that you're not even asking. So sometimes we come to God with what we already proposed in our mind. God, you must do this for us. You must do this for us. We don't have time to even thank Him for the ones He has done. And these are the most powerful things. The ones you don't know that God has done. Some of you woke up yesterday, you slept today, some people died, they didn't wake up. This morning you woke up. Have you asked yourself? Probably you put an alarm and the alarm woke you up. No. Go to the mortuary and put an alarm. Let's see if somebody is going to wake up. Somebody that God has done so much for us, but we don't appreciate the little, the what we call little, that God has done for us. A lot of things God has done for us, we don't even know He has done for us. But I want us to flip up the new page of the worship. Flip up the new of being gratitude towards God. A lot of things happened over the years. Throughout this year, we've been locked down, COVID-19. People died. I keep saying it. A lot of people had malaria, typhoid. They thought actually it was COVID-19. It was malaria, typhoid. They went there, they say malaria, typhoid, they gave them injection. God miraculously healed them from COVID-19. And people died. Even the people who had all the medical facilities, they were dying like flies. But this is you hearing us today. That God, if God can keep you, if God can preserve your life in times like this, I don't think your situation is too big for God to handle. Just hold on. Just don't relent in worshiping Him. Don't allow your faith to fail you. If you can hand over your worship, if you can hand over your life, if you can hand over that situation to God, that's okay. That's just what I have to tell you. Hold on to God.
Birthday shout out to my husband. The man behind my camera. He has been very, very supportive. Like very, very supportive. I want to say happy birthday to you, darling. The Lord bless you and increase you, grant you your heart desires. Thank you for all you do on Through Talk with DebbyJazz. We love you so much. Have a fruitful and wonderful year. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking out time out of your busy schedules to join us on today's episode of Through Talk with DebbyJazz. We love you and we'll always love you. I'll keep being your host. And please, let's do this next week, same place, same time. The Lord bless you. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The Lord bless you all. Bye bye.
You have proven yourself.